Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, all placements, Holy Spirit, angel guides, spirit guides, the message for the full moon in Aquarius for Taurus, Holy Spirit. What is the message? Spirit says, take your hand off the wheel. Last quarter energy in Capricorn. Taurus, you come into this reading under this full moon in Aquarius. You're in the 10th house, which is the energy of Capricorn. You could have career, your fame, your success, your material things, your house, your home, your safety, your security could be on your mind. You're trying to do something to control that, to change it. Last quarter in Capricorn, Spirit says release. Release whatever you're holding on tight to. You have to let it go. The sun under the full moon, it could represent you seeing something, because under a full moon you can actually see the moon. Something could be revealed concerning a loss. 5 of Pentacles, something that you lost in the past. Something could be revealed. Why, how, who was involved in that loss. Ace of Pentacles, this is getting back whatever you lost. It's a temporary loss. So you realize this with past energy. Coming into the Ace of Pentacles, current energy is 4 of Pentacles. So figuring out how you're going to hold on to whatever you're regaining. That's where you are currently. You now understand its value. Whatever you lost, you understand its value, and you're focused on its value. Notice how he holds that cup up. This is the King of Cups, loving something or someone, but not over himself. The King of Cups understands his value. He understands his worth. So you have a choice here, because I feel like now that you know your value and your worth, it took that loss for you to really gain. And also gain with understanding. You have the 2 of Wands here, a critical decision. Are you going to hold on to whatever you're holding on to? Or are you going to let it go in faith, knowing that something better is on its way? Let me get this card. Future energy is 3 of Cups. I'll say something better. This is better relationships, better soul ties, relationships that help to bring you success, that reduce the effects of the 5 of Pentacles, that loss. These relationships are soul ties that you're meant to have. Take your hand off the wheel, because Spirit's got it. The wheel is here. Sagittarian energy, Leo energy, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus energy. Definitely in terms of work, I feel like this 5 of Pentacles could have brought a loss, maybe in terms of work, but you're getting ready to meet some new people that inspire you. The Wheel of Fortune, they are supposed to be on your path. You're supposed to connect with this group coming in the near future, Taurus. And it's going to be solid. It's an Ace of Pentacles, and it does impact work. For some of you, you may have 2 choices regarding work. Pray and let your intuition make the final choice, because there are things we can't see, we don't know. And in those times, we're being told to rely on Holy Spirit. Your intuition will always reveal what needs to be seen. And you're definitely seeing something here with the sun. Okay. King of Wands. So you not only know your value, you understand what direction you want to go in with the Wheel of Fortune actually here. And Spirit saying, allow yourself to be guided, because normally, Taurus, you're a leader, you're bold, you're daring, and that's good. But in this case, you need to be led. So why is Taurus take your hand off the wheel? Why do you want to lead them into what? Okay, definitely another level of yourself. You're leveling up. That's what it is. With the King of Cups at the center of your read, and then you have the King of Wands and the Emperor. This is a spiritual leveling up, opening up with the sun. It feels good. You know that you're doing the right thing. Whatever you're being led to do, you know it's the right thing. Divine is ultimately in control. When divine masculine appears, it's as a result of some type of spiritual leveling up. What's on this new level for Taurus spirit? Okay. Six of Wands, success is on this new level. So, like I said, anything that you may have lost through the Five of Pentacles, you're regaining that. Success and victory will be yours. You will triumph over whatever challenges existed. Also, you're getting this recognition from Holy Spirit. You are leveling up into the Emperor, a figure of authority. There is somebody who catches your eye, Taurus. I've been talking about this relationship for a while. Hopefully it's coming for you. If not, it's still on the board. You have alignment here with the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands. You're in your glory, a position of power. The Emperor appears. Something that you've manifested in terms of love, who you love, doing what you love, all of that is coming in. Because of the positive action that you're taking, it's leading to positive results. The positive action is taking your hands off the wheel. Stop trying to control everything, but realize that you're being controlled and led to a better place. You're very resourceful at this time, and you know there are multiple ways that could lead to this successful result. But Spirit is asking you to let Holy Spirit take the lead. He wants you to focus on what you're going to say when this King or Queen of Wands presents their self. We have the Knight of Cups here, which is a messenger that's kind of revealing their feelings. They're charming too, very tactful and faithful in the way that they speak. They make you feel self-assured, and that is that King of Cups, King of Wands energy. The Magician is bringing what you are manifesting. You're starting to see that, especially later on in this month, maybe 3 or 6 weeks from now. Your manifestation is bringing forth into reality what you want. People that are your soul tie, that get you, that are sent to you to support you. And this special person, why is this Queen of Wands here for Taurus? Okay, you have the Queen of Wands, the King of Wands. Why? I told you they are your destiny, your fate, and they're going to offer a proposal. This proposal is going to come at a surprise. I don't know if you get the offer or you make the offer, but it is made and it comes as a surprise. Maybe you weren't ready to do it, but it just happens leading into celebrations. You do have the Three of Cups, near future energy, a call for celebration, meeting somebody that you can share your life with. This is a surprise. And you are going to share this with those who matter most. Love flows to you because you're very charismatic with the Knight of Cups. You're opening up, you're showing your vulnerabilities, you're expressing your feelings. It's flowing. And you radiate with this charismatic energy. You're very charming. And Spirit wants you to see things clearly, because sometimes when we're caught up in the energy of love, we're thinking in fairy tale dreamland state, but He wants you to see clearly, be very realistic with this love. Tell me, what else does Taurus need to know about this love coming in? There is an element of self-love here. Spirit says it's important to take a step back, spend some time alone. Instead of placing your focus on this person solely, He wants you to focus on yourself, just to take a step back, get in touch with reality, make sure that this is in alignment with what you want. Because if it isn't, you have to do more work. You have to communicate, compromise more, see where there are voids in your alignment, where you don't agree, where you need to focus. Also, look inside of yourself, examine what is causing you to feel this way, because everything seems to be going along good, but something has brought you to an intuitive need for some more information. The answer lies deep in your heart. You really already know the answer. You're going to do what feels right, but let's get an intuitive message for you right now, Taurus. Intuitively, how are you going to help Taurus with this new love coming in, being realistic, always examining self? Actually, you two are a mirror of truth to each other. You reflect the truth like a mirror. Trust what you perceive. So you're seeing something in them. Could be something you like, it could be something you don't like. But this is something that you need to take a step back and look at. Okay, look at it from your perspective and then communicate with them to get their perspective on it. Spirit says, create a space to allow your intuition to flow freely. So sometimes we need to be alone, as was said, not always spending time with others, but sometimes spend some time alone, pull yourself out so that you're always seeing things clearly. Nothing is really hidden. Especially if you two are revealing something to each other that you don't like, those are the times that you really want to pay attention, right? Because that also is reflecting something inside of you. Because remember, you are each other's mirror. All right, what else, Spirit? High vibrations. A lot of things come to distract us, delay us, to make us think on something that isn't worth our time, something that really deflects us from what we should be focused on. And something about this relationship could also be taking you away from something else in your foundation, because you do have the Ace of Pentacles, which could be work. Maybe you're having some difficulty balancing the two. What else, Spirit, does Taurus need to know under this full moon in Aquarius? Some of you are not talking. There's silence. Some of you are not talking. And that's as a result of somebody having their hand on the wheel. There's some hurt or pain, maybe something that was said and you didn't really mean it. Under Aquarius, that's the king or queen of swords. And sometimes our words can be very cutting, like we say it, but we didn't really mean it that way. And so now there's silence, there's no contact. And this the reality that Spirit wants you to see, because He wants you to know how to handle that, right? How to handle when you've hurt somebody, when there's silence, when there's a wall, yet there's still love. There's still this strong affection. This is the king and queen of wands. So it is very important that when something happens, we need to take a deep look at ourselves, look at our motives for doing things, the mirror of truth. What you could have gotten upset over could really pertain to you and not affect them. This just needs to be reviewed. And remember, we're not really driving this bus. Spirit is driving this bus because we want to get to a higher version. What else does Taurus need to know? Some of you are at a deadline. Like right now, something has to be done. If you're rectifying this situation, Spirit's like, don't wait. You're running out of time. Things are on edge. You need to intervene. And this is not a situation that you can wait any longer. That could mean that you have to do something, or your intuition is telling you to just handle this in a certain way that will bring some type of closure, allowing you to let go. Okay. Yeah, whatever was said that was not meant, you definitely want to throw that in the trash. You want to really communicate what you did mean, even though it came out differently, because you want to clear the air here. And there's a certain time frame for which you should do it. Maybe set up a date, or maybe they set up a date with you, which kind of catches you off guard. I don't know who made the mistake in what they said, who hurt someone's feelings, who caused the silence. But I do know that there is a surprise because you two are thinking of each other. You're each other's mirror. And I don't think that this was big enough to create the distance or to allow it to go on, because there is love here. Okay, what else, Spirit? Taurus, what else does Taurus need to know? Taurus, you could be dealing with a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Also, we are in this Cancer energy because Cancer is the sign tied to the Mercury retrograde. So maybe that's what happened, because Cancer is your family, your spouse, your home, your house. Maybe something was said relating to that, and the words could have been chosen better. Yeah, there is this silence, but there is love, and it's strong. It's not a fleeting love. So it's really learning how not to control everything and everyone, but more so looking for a partnership, wanting to compromise, take the first step towards reconciliation. And you can do that, take the first step in reconciliation by letting you know that they enjoy you, that you are their happiness, that you are their sun. And that even though you two experience hard times, you're not going anywhere. Letting them know that you appreciate them in your life, expressing love to them, and centering on these good vibes. Remember, all of us have a task to keep the vibration high. High vibration. So I think that's kind of your challenge right now, to compromise, to alleviate any pain that may have been caused, whether it was by you or them, but to talk it out, to work it out. You two love each other, there's no doubt, but that doesn't mean that we don't still encounter problems. When there are questions you need assistance with, go inside, Taurus. Sit with yourself, meditate on the question. You have the Four of Swords and the Magician. A lot of meditation is going on regarding this situation. You're also asking for help, and then you're trusting the guidance that you receive, it's going to be delivered to you intuitively. Excuse me. All right, let us summarize this reading for Taurus. Your intuition is definitely speaking to you, wanting to resolve a situation on a high note. Okay. Angel number for Taurus. Thank you. 4444. Blessings in disguise. See, when we listen to our intuition, obstacles, the hardships, they kind of disappear. And strength takes its place, building character, compromise, right? It takes character and strength to admit that you're wrong, to admit the part you played, to try and compromise, to try and turn a hurting situation into a healing situation. There might be some difficulties ahead, Taurus, but you're going to push through them because you've got this. If you've been struggling or feeling lost, the winds of change will blow in your favor. Something may fall apart, but you're building the framework for something much better. So hang in there. 4444 in the comments. Thank you so much for saying till the end, Taurus. Until the next moon phase, namaste.